Let's talk about understanding and growing your personal economy. Understanding and growing your personal economy. And I've kind of illustrated this as just a box, as this grid where you've got so much income coming into your personal economy and so much going out, your expenses and what it takes for you to live, right? So we're using an example of a $200,000 after-tax income. So you've already taken care of Uncle Sam. This is what you have as far as your take-home pay. So the typical financial advisor is focused on accumulation. In other words, they want to show you graphs and charts that shows money accumulating. They'll say you need to diversify into different areas and we need to mitigate risk at any possible place we can. We'll set this by your time horizon for when you want to retire. We'll factor in your risk tolerance, for risk, and we'll come up with a plan that allows you to meet your target goals. We'll show you accumulating this amount of money by the time you hit retirement. The problem with that is life happens, right? Risk and are the enemy of any investment plan. So with privatized banking, we eliminate risk and volatility. Those components aren't even present. But let's just look at the typical advisor, what he would do. He would say if your income is $200,000, give him just 10% of that, which would be $20,000. What he would hope to do is get you a 10% rate of return, right? Just to keep the math easy. That would be $2,000. So his net profit coming into your personal economy for using his service would be $2,000. On the other side, the outgo side, right? We've already shown that you only have two ways to purchase everything you ever buy, right? You can finance it, and if you finance it, you end up paying 34.5% interest by volume, not rate, but by volume of interest paid, right? If you pay cash, then you have something called lost opportunity cost that can be around 15%. It depends upon how much you're buying and how much your income is. But it could be about 15%, right? So if we average those two together, let's say 25%. So 25% of every dollar that you take home is being lost toward finance charges or lost opportunity cost. If you don't privatize money, use a collateralized system where you're not spending your own money. That's the key. Find a way to not spend your own cash. Okay, so let's look at what that looks like. So if it's just 25%, that would be $50,000. This could go as high as $70,000. So you're hemorrhaging, bleeding, losing, right? $50,000 to $70,000 a year if your take-home pay is $200,000. $50,000 to $70,000. How do you stop that, right? Well, if you try to outrun it by investing, you've only got $2,000 coming in. So look at this, $2,000 coming in when you've got $50,000 going out? I don't care if you get a 20% rate of return, 30%, you'll never be able to keep up, right? You have to deal with this side of the equation. So here's what I want you to learn. From now on, when you look at your own personal economy, I want you to break it down into two sides, right? The left-hand side is what you've got coming in. That's important. I'm not saying disregard it, but what's more important, infinitely more important, by a factor of 10, 20, 30, 50, more important is this side of the financial equation. If you don't figure out a way to eliminate this, you'll never be where you want to be financially. So again, instead of just looking on what you can accumulate, look at how you can utilize your finances. Most 401ks, IRAs, 403bs, tax qualified plans, traditional and Roth IRAs, most of those plans have a set it and forget it mentality. Leave it in there till you're 59 and a half to avoid the 10% penalty. Then all you have to do is pay income tax if it's a traditional IRA or traditional retirement plan, right? So you're paying income taxes on it. So you're delaying two things. Listen to this closely. Two things. You're postponing, you're kicking the can down the road, right? What are those two things? You're delaying the tax, you're postponing that, and you're postponing the tax calculation. You don't even know how taxes will be calculated. They change frequently. So you have no way of knowing where you're going to be 10, 15, 20 years from now, right? So stop postponing those things. Pay the taxes on what you've got, because what the qualified retirement plans, you know, to use a farming analogy, you don't have to pay the taxes on the seeds that you can hold in your hand. It goes in pre-tax, right? So you don't have to pay taxes on the seeds. But when the harvest comes in, and it will come in, right? When the harvest comes in, the tax man is there to take it. So you can't hold the harvest in your hands. It takes tractor trailer loads to haul in the harvest. That's when you have to pay your taxes. So what we would recommend, talk with your CPA or tax professional, but look at paying taxes on the seeds, not the tractor trailer load, right? Work on how you can utilize this. You don't need to set it and forget it. You need to use it. Use your money now and stop making that decision. You know, should I be adult and delay my gratification, right, for 10, 20, 30 years out in the future, or should I be irresponsible and use it now? No, you don't. That's a false dichotomy. You should not have to make that choice. You should be able to use your money today, and your banking system and your personal wealth should actually be stronger in the end as a result of you using it and following the proper principles that are established in the privatized banking system as taught by Wellington Capital Reserve. So this is understanding and growing your personal economy. We've got to deal with the right side of the equation. If your focus stays on the left side, you're never going to be where you want to be financially speaking. If we can retain that $50,000 to $70,000 that you're losing right now, if you become the bank, if you don't have finance charges and you don't have lost opportunity costs, that $50,000 to $70,000 would go right back in your personal economy. Now just think of what a difference it would make to your family or to your business if that money were retained inside of your personal economy. It would be life-changing. Talk with someone with our company. Reach out to us, give us a shout. We would love to help you walk through this process to help you become your own banker.